Right before we went to Woodstock to start recording, we all got extremely intoxicated. We ended up going to the first day of recording like 4 hours late. Nicky was like wearing a suit because he was at like a wedding the night before. I don't remember much except like falling asleep in the van and waking up just like in horrendous agony. Opening the door and then like saw this beautiful church in the woods. That was the start of this record.
We say the same thing every single time. We're like, all right, last record, like we cut it way too close. We can't cut it like that, so let's start getting it together. And this time it's the same thing. We're like, we didn't start demoing shit till like 2 weeks before we left for Europe. And then we talked about Europe being like, well, we got the whole month in Europe. We were there for 2 days and we immediately all hated each other, just like that. And like the thought of like two of us sitting together and like writing music, like any of us, was just like out of it. So all we did was really focus in on the demos that we had and kind of try to like fine tune anything that we could before we go into the studio. And then all that extra time we had before we get to the studio disappeared.
Nicky and I had just made a lot of demos like in his bedroom for like a week and a half. We had like kind of skeletons of songs.
We use voice memo usually to like just like play acoustic guitar. Watch how awful this is. Just singing, literally walking to the studio like singing a harmony that it comes into my head so I don't lose it, you know? We haven't wrote lyrics to anything. All the demos are just like stupid bullshit. You know, and then it like this turns into like a heavy song somehow, you know. But yeah, there's like at every record we've done this. Brandon, he's a little more self-conscious. He has to go like the full distance and like records these demos on GarageBand, so his voice is like well hidden. And so I'm like the opposite. I'm just like all short. Me and Brandon are really well to each other if it's just me and Brandon. No beef, no drama. We're perfect. Yeah, add like one other element to it and then me and him can't like sort shit out.
If I have to write something, like I'd rather just like have a designated time to have to write it and then go into a room and explore like what I've been influenced by like at the time and like what I've been listening to or whatever, and then just like see what comes out.
Give me one of your songs, all right, boom. I'm gonna start a new track and I just start like building it. Even if I had a track, I just still give him the guitar and tell him how to play it. And he's a better guitarist than I am anyway, so. I would write everything down and then lay one of these papers in front of him and he would record to like the metronome, or if I had the drum tracks built already and you know, I would just like orchestrate to him, like conduct essentially, and just like be like change. So just so we were like busting through these songs as fast as possible.
Once we got to this church, like it was just flowing, like you can just hear like a lot of the room.
It was built in 1896, so I'm just imagining what this was at a time. Just horses and buggies going up this little hill to attend church. It's a trip to be out there.
The most insane shit like was recorded, like Peter Gabriel, Your Eyes was recorded there. They did that B-52s record there, like their main one. Pretty fucking tight, you know?
It sounds great. Now we can do the 3 dubs.
Every record we've done with a different producer.
Nicky presented to me, you know, me and Rennie have been talking to this guy, John, check out his discography and everything, and I was pretty mind blown.
All those Dino records he's worked on.
Not a Surf records that he did, like I was obsessed with. Sonic Youth and that kind of stuff. I was completely on board.
I wanted to work with him because I know that he's got a knack for picking up on imperfection. And that's something that I really thought we missed on the last record.
When he stops and plays it,
The thing is, when he hits the note, I'm down on 0
you
and
can't
I'm
hit it harder or something.
John's like a live track dude. So basically it's like practicing the songs, like to get ready to play them like for a gig.
The thing about like recording live for the first time was like try to play it the best, because like this is what's actually getting recorded on your record, as opposed to I can sit in this room and record it 100 times until it sounds perfect.
When you're recording the same song for like 20 takes, I feel like all the emotions lost. It's like you're not playing a song anymore, you're playing to a click. You're just thinking of like robotically, like just what the fuck do I need to do to make this work? But when you record live, it's like I'm playing a song. This is still a song.
It was the first time we're playing these songs together as a band. So we're like, you know, going through shit, like structuring right on the spot. It's loose. I loved it. It was like a camping trip, except we were making fucking music. Sitting outside, smoking, drinking whiskey, and just like playing an acoustic guitar outside with like crickets blaring in the background. I think I'm hearing cricket sounds still to this point, like right now. They're not there, but yeah, it's probably tinnitus for sure, and maybe some other mental issues.
A lot of bands have recorded there over the years, and it's like there's like rumors of it being haunted and like all this other shit. And like the guest house that we stayed in down the hill was like scary as hell.
No one was pretending to be scared. We were all fucking scared.
I was like in bed at nighttime, like hearing all this fucking shit.
The whole time we were there, we were all just kind of naturally on edge, so it was pretty easy to just like fuck with each other.
That's good. That's good.
We were in a better place than the last record. We didn't all hate each other as much.
Yeah, we fuck with each other a lot. Just every moment of every day, just kind of trying to make a joke.
Who you texting?
Somebody's
Are you gonna ever get back to work, or you just?
I'm ready. I'm waiting for.
you're just gonna charge
without
us-
a fucking singer.
You're just gonna charge us up and then just sit and talk on your phone the whole time?
I'm gonna get out of here.
Ma, I know you got cancer and you're dying, but I gotta go back to work.
As this was a pretty serious endeavor, we started to drink a lot every day. Someone would run to the liquor store and just come back with just like a massive amount of booze, and like everything flowed. Like we didn't trip on like dumb little things like studio shit. Like we just like went in there and just like we're a band and like played our songs the way we wanted them to be played, and they came out exactly the way they should have.
Great. Let's get the like you at the end now. Like you.
Everything that's coming out is like legit. That was like the best way to record ever.
This shit's good, man. That's fucking good.